What is the governor from the most un-Trump state in America doing? And by the way, I'm proud of that status as the governor of the most un-Trump state in the United States of America. But I'm here because I have a particular fondness for members of the legislature, because I have to work with them. I know a thing or two about how important these races are, and I know a thing or two about my party, our party, that hasn't focused enough on state races. You may be old enough to remember. Most folks may not have seen it, but in March of 2010, a guy by the name of Karl Rove, just making sure you're hearing, wrote an op-ed in the Wall Street Journal, 2010, said that his focus was not on the presidential. His focus was on state houses all across the United States. In fact, he created a numeric. He said, if we can win 107 state legislative seats in just 16 states, we can redistrict over 190 congressional districts and dominate for the next decade. People didn't pay attention. They should have. They didn't win 107. They won 675. We got crushed. Over the course of the next few years, that next decade, we lost over 1,000 state seats. They get it. And they got it done. We were so consumed, Democrats, we were talking earlier about the guy or gal on the white horse is going to come save the day. Just falling in love. Meanwhile, these guys were walking the line. Every day, grinding, working, bottom up, not top down. That's where democracy is formed. Bottom up, not top down. Self-organizing communities, people like yourselves that haven't given into the cynicism, haven't given into the fear, that show up, not just for yourselves, but for each other, for the community, for your state, and our nation and the world we're trying to build. So let me long-windedly say thank you. Thank you for not giving into the cynicism. Thank you for not giving into the fear. Thank you for not falling prey to the anxiety that so many people are feeling right now. We're polarized, feel traumatized by this moment, this invasive species we have in the White House. Sincerely, he is. Not many Republicans that disagree with that either. But you're here, not just for Alex and Sarah, not just for the speaker in waiting, but you're here for each other. And so I just want to thank you. And I'm here in that spirit as well. We're all bound together. I was just at church. All bound together by a web of mutuality. Right? Many parts, one body. You matter. And we care. All across this country, people are waking up. We're stepping up. We're meeting the moment. We recognize we have agency. We're not bystanders in the world. We can shape the future. The future is not in front of us, it's inside of us. It's decisions, not conditions, that will determine our fate and future. People are waking up. And let me give you the scorecard. Just if you think I'm overstating or exaggerating, there have been dozens and dozens of state legislative races all across the United States in the last 18 months. Special elections and regular elections. And here's the tally. We have flipped, Democrats literally have flipped 30 seats from red to blue. We have not lost one race. You saw what happened in Virginia. You saw what happened in New Jersey. They're going to win. You have chosen wisely. But the work is again in front of you. So thank you for everything you've done, but more importantly, thank you for what you'll do over the course of the next few days. Because one thing we don't do, we don't run the 90-yard dash. We can't take anything for granted. And this is the message I want to leave with you. Because what we're up against is ruthlessness. I know a thing or two about it. I may have been joking about being from the most un-Trump state in the country, but I got some receipts. You may recall, it was last July, I sat there and I said, what was happening in the streets of Los Angeles was a preview of things to come. Don't forget, I got a 19-minute phone call from Donald Trump where he read me the riot act. Next morning, he nationalized, federalized 4,000 Alex National Guard. First city that happened. Sent them to Los Angeles. then took 700 active duty Marines. People forget this. He did not send the active duty Marines overseas to the Middle East. He sent 700 active duty Marines to the second largest city in the United States of America. We said at the time this was a preview of things to come. Fast forward, a few months later, a guy by the name of Bovino, Greg Bovino, looking as if he just came off a set in Burbank, California from some 1930s movie. Haircut and all. Sending out private police force. No identification. Everybody masked up. We said at the time that was a preview of things to come. Meanwhile, we all woke up blurry-eyed and we said, no, that didn't just happen. You mean the President of the United States made a phone call to the governor of Texas and he demanded what? He told Greg Abbott that he was quote-unquote entitled to 5 seats. Entitled to 5 seats for a mid-decade redistricting. I remember at the time going, come on, that can't be true. Maybe we should just put out a tweet and say that's so wrong. In fact, my staff said, well, we already have one. I said, that's great. I said, let's send it out. Not much changed. Got a call, though, from the speaker or the leader in Texas, legislative leader, said, can you do something else? I said, oh, no, we're already working on an op-ed. I said, maybe we'll get it in the New York Times. And maybe like 100 people will read it. And he said, well, can you do something more than that? I'm like, what do you mean? He goes, well, you know, maybe you can consider this mid-decade redistricting. And I thought about that. And I thought about my party, the Democratic Party, particularly thinking back a year ago. We were so consumed about being right, winning the argument. Meanwhile, on the other side, they ain't screwing around. They were consolidating power. And we recognized we needed to meet the moment. And we stepped up and we stepped in and we moved forward with our own redistricting in the state of California. We got to fight, Democrats. We will lose this country. We will lose this country. It's not gotten better. It has not gotten better. I remember, by the way, if you may have picked up, you know, your newspaper or watched TV last November in California, the morning of the election, this is a few months ago, Donald Trump sent out board tac teams. These are the Border Patrol tactical units, all dressed up, you know, the Apache helicopters, sent them out election day morning to Dodger Stadium to pre-position everybody before the polls open to send a message to our diverse communities: do not show up and vote. That same morning he put out on Truth Social, the election was rigged. 2 days prior, he sent out the Department of Justice to prove that the election was rigged. A day after the election, he then marched to the Supreme Court to say he had evidence that the election was rigged. These guys are not screwing around. That is a preview of things to come all across the United States. The reason Donald Trump called Greg Abbott is he knows he's going to lose the November election. He knows that he has the lame duck president if we get it right. So he's doing everything to rig it. And he's just winding up. You see it on vote by mail. You see what he's tried to do in Fulton County. Not try to do. He took the ballots in Fulton County. Trying to take the voting rolls. I was with Jocelyn last night. You understand this intimately, your current Secretary of State and that governor in waiting. And by the way, how lucky are you to have Jocelyn Benson as your next governor working with these legislative leaders? Wow. No, seriously. We know her well. You know her better. So I'm here in that light. I'm here in that spirit. With humility, but also grace. You know, our founding fathers, we're celebrating the 250th anniversary, the best of the Roman Republic, the best of Greek democracy, co-equal branches of government, popular sovereignty, the rule of law, not the rule of Don. And so I hope it's dawning on everybody what's at stake, how precious this moment is. Our way back to the majority, 2026, not just here in the House, is through the fight. And you guys are fighters. And so I want to just thank you long-windedly for being here again, for yourselves, for each other, being here for these remarkable leaders. And I can wax on about Sarah and all the good work she's doing and continues to advocate for on housing. What an extraordinary contribution you have to have someone with military experience, someone kind of patriotism that demonstrates every single day. And Alex, what a hotshot young speaker in waiting. Come on, he's 41 damn years old. And this guy is a rising star in the country, not just in the state of Michigan. But let me thank you for your state of mind, your quality of imagination, and again, thank you for everything you're doing for these two remarkable leaders over the course of the next few months. Thank you for doing what you need to get done to make sure that we win the United States Senate, to make sure that they win that governor's race, to make sure that we celebrate the end of Donald Trump's presidency as we know it, when new Speaker Jeffries gets that gavel this November. Thank you guys very much for being out here, and thank you to UAW.